Advocate Credit Union Broadcast Center. I'm Molly O'Brien. This is Ryan Kowal, and he is a vibraphonist. What's that? I don't know. It's this thing in front of us. You're a musician. You're super talented. Why don't you tell us what a vibraphone is?
Sure. So it's in the mallet instrument family. So most people probably know what a glockenspiel is, or
A what?
Glockenspiel.
Glockenspiel?
Yeah, like the little thing you walk around with marching bands have. It's like a little metal thing.
Okay.
Or a xylophone.
Xylophone, yeah. I think we're good on that.
Same family. So this is like the same size as like a xylophone, but it's made out of metal.
Cool. It looks awesome. And so you're playing at PVDFest this weekend. I was like, I have to get him in here. I want to see how this works. I want to hear it in person. So you're going to play some stuff for us.
Yeah.
But we want to talk to you, get to know you first.
Sure.
So tell us just a little bit about, you're from Rhode Island and you've kind of been around places, but just tell us how you got into playing the vibraphone.
Sure. So I started piano as a kid and then got into drums. And then in college, I went to UI, so actually I know Jerry.
Oh, no! Hi, Jerry. I should have told him that you were going to be here. He's been like, hi.
So in college, I kind of got into all the classical percussion stuff, which is, snare drum, timpanis, marimba, xylophone, and I really like jazz. So vibraphone's used in jazz a lot. So I kind of jumped onto this because it's kind of like a big piano that you hit with drumsticks. This is the basics of it.
And who doesn't want to hit things with drumsticks, right?
Yep.
So cool. Okay, and so when we were talking about this beforehand, I was like, how does this work? What do you do? And so you have, what do you call these, mallets really?
Yep.
And you were like, I can play it with two, but you actually really play it with four.
With four, yeah. So it's like a piano where you can play chords. So instead of just playing two notes at once, you can play four at once.
That's fascinating.
With the grip, you can change the...
I'm going to totally just pick up your sticks here and pretend to learn. Okay. I'm holding like chopsticks, which I'm terrible at chopsticks, but I use them.
So you can go open up and close to get different intervals.
How do you do it? Like almost like a pen?
So like put it underneath your hand like that.
Okay.
And then put your pointer finger right between it. Exactly.
Like that?
Yep.
Okay.
You probably want to be down farther on the stick too.
Oh.
Move them up.
Choke up?
Like choke down.
No, choke down.
Yeah. And that way you can see you can open up and close. Yeah.
Kind of like that?
Exactly.
Except yours aren't crossing over each other.
Well, that takes time.
All right. Anyway, day one of Molly on the vibraphone is not going well. I'm going to leave these to you. So you got interested in that. How long have you been doing this on the vibraphone?
Vibraphone's probably been about 12 years now.
Cool.
So I started more with kind of like straight ahead jazz stuff and then kind of branched out into more free improvisation and kind of avant-garde jazz.
That's really neat.
Yeah.
So you're performing this weekend, and you've really collaborated with a bunch of different people. Tell us a little bit about that.
Sure. So I moved to Boston a few years ago. I like Providence better. And,
Providence.
So there's a really good scene in Boston and New England and Providence now with a lot of really good jazz and free improvisation musicians. So some guys that I've even been listening to for years, I get to meet and play with. So now, like, people that I've been listening to are in my bands and on recordings with me and stuff, which is really great. That's why Providence is like amazing, because there's such a good group of musicians here. So I played with a bunch of guys in Boston. We play at a tea house over on the east side, Tea and Sahara, once a month on a Sunday afternoon with some really big heavy name guys, Jeff Platts, who's a guitarist, and Jeb Bishop, who's a trombonist, who's been playing with us, and so it's really a good time.
That's awesome. And you just released some new music, right? Tell us a little bit about...
Boom.
Bam! Beat me to it. I was like, I have it right here. You just released new music, Traverse, right?
Traverse, yep. So this is a duo with guitarist Phil Mazza, who's a Providence guy that I've been playing with since college, so a long time. And it's just a duo, and what we've done is we've played in a bunch of different groups together. We've done written stuff, improvisational stuff. So on this... it's all improvisational, but a lot of it sounds like we wrote it just because we've been playing together for so long. We kind of know where each other is going to go.
Oh, that's cool.
So that's kind of the fun part about playing this type of music is that like there might be a little written part like a melody or something, and then the improvisation is really where it can go anywhere, and you have to really be in tune with the other musicians, which is great to have good musicians around to do that with.
And that must be fun when you get to know somebody and you get to know them musically, and then to be able to just, you're going someplace with a song and then you're like, let's take it here. What's that like?
It's pretty great. So there's some times when you're playing and you can be kind of veering off into different directions, and then all of a sudden you'll link up on something that you hadn't planned ahead of time, and that's really where the fun comes in, is where you're all in different directions, you're going somewhere else, and then all of a sudden, boom, you're together. And that just comes with knowing the players and playing with them a lot. So that's what I'm hoping will happen a lot on Saturday.
Okay. I mean, I would think that would be so fun to be talented at something and good at something, and then get to know people musically and just be able to just jam and like have a good time and be like, yeah, that was great. Like, do you ever feel that sense of accomplishment? I mean, what's it like after a show to be able to like, wow, that was good?
It's really fun, and a lot of it comes like instantly after the show, like, oh man, that was great. I can't wait to hear, like, if you recorded it, to listen back and be like, oh my goodness, like that was us. Like, we played that. It's really just such a good feeling.
Do you have any musicians that you hold in high esteem or really look up to or would like to collaborate with? You know, we have a lot of talented artists around here. We've spoken to some really noteworthy musicians on the show, but also I don't know if there's any vibraphonists that you look up to, or maybe just any musicians that you would be kind of your dream to play with.
Sure. A vibraphonist, there's a guy, Jason Adashowitz, out of Chicago, who's really an amazing player, and he plays a lot in the same kind of style that I do and the same kind of music. And then there's a guy I think he teaches at Berkeley, Ed Sandin, who's a vibraphonist, and he's just unreal. Like, if you should check him out, Ed Sandin. His playing is amazing. It sounds like a piano when he plays.
Oh my gosh.
Like the amount of stuff that he can do.
So this weekend, let's see. So this weekend, tell us a little bit about who you're playing with and where people can find you.
Sure. So we're playing at 6 o'clock on Grant's Block stage right on Westminster Street. And it's going to be me with Phil, who's the guitarist that I did that recording with, and we have a drummer joining us, Max Goldman, who just moved here from Brooklyn a few months ago. And he's a great drummer. He's played with a lot of great people, and so we've really connected with him and formed a nice group, the trio. So we've been rehearsing a lot, and we've written some tunes for it. It's gonna be pretty cool.
I like that. It must not be easy. I mean, I saw you kind of lugging this around, and I was like, it must not be easy, but you seem to make it fairly simple.
Yeah, it's not too bad. It's just 4 pieces. They're kind of heavy, and it's a pain to move, but it sets up pretty quickly.
Yeah, you did it like that.
Yeah.
So I'm going to step out of the way. Will you play something for us? Because I watch your videos, and I was like, I don't know what this is, but I want to find out what it sounds like, and it sounded really cool. Do you typically play solo? Do you like playing with other people? What's kind of your method?
Lately, it's been a lot with other people. I haven't done a lot of solo work. I've done it a little bit, but with the kind of music we play, it's really fun to have the other people throw out some kind of interesting musical thing that you react to, and that's half the fun. But then playing solo is a whole different game, where it's sometimes more challenging because you have to keep it interesting yourself and find new ways to play things and keep the audience engaged. So it's definitely something that if you look at the best players out there have done solo CDs or gigs and things. So.
Cool. All right, well, Ryan, I'm going to get out of the way and let you kind of set the stage for us and and let you play something.
So I'll play a tune that we're going to play with the trio on Saturday.
Okay, cool.
It's called Offroad, and it's a tune I wrote.
awesome.
Thanks.
So you wrote that yourself?
I did. Yep.
How long did it take you to even learn this?
Not as long as you'd expect. So I think a lot of people get weirded out by like, it must be complicated to try and, you know, do different, change your the openings for this, but it's really not bad.
There's a pedal down there too. You're hitting a pedal
yeah,
too.
so it's like a piano where if I just hit the note without hitting the pedal, it just stops the note, and it's a damper pedal. So like a piano, if you hold the pedal down, the note will ring.
That's fascinating.
Yeah.
That's fascinating. Will you do one more for us? I think we have time for one more.
Sure.
Okay.
What should I do?
Okay, can I try one?
Please.
Okay, no, don't go away. Oh, I'm so talented.
You got it.
That was awesome.
Well, this is an instrument where it's like anyone can start to play it.
Yeah.
Like it's there. You don't have to worry. It's not like a saxophone. You have to learn how to blow the correct way or whatever. Like anyone can grab some mallets and
hit stuff.
Yeah.
Do you ever just come home and you're like, ah?
I have a drum set too, so that's more what that comes for.
You're like, I don't want to bust it. Have you seen that video? There's like kids in some school that play
Yes.
this. They play like Ozzy Osbourne or something.
Yeah, that was great.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That was good. Okay, I just want to know if you've seen that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Ryan Kowal, you're going to be playing at PVDFest this weekend. You can where can people find your music?
RyanKowal.com. That's RyanKowal.com.
So find out. You do a ton of collaborations with people. You also do solo stuff. So if you're interested